I teach mostly in sociology, and it's a discipline that gave me hope when I was an undergraduate student, and it's become a big part of sort of the compass that I draw on to help me navigate life, in general. And so I'm passionate about sort of teaching sociology because I get to demystify sort of complex ideas and concepts for students, to encourage students to think critically, to encourage students to think about the fact that the world is not black and white, and that there are many realities. For example, that Māori, Pacific, and sort of indigenous worldviews are just as valuable as other worldviews. I'm a Pacific and indigenous teacher or an indigenous scholar, and in the academy there aren't many of us. These identity positions help me to connect with my students, and also for minority students to see themselves in me, and hopefully in the classroom as tertiary teachers one day.
He's really passionate about sharing and imparting knowledge on young people, seeing as how that's his focus academically. You can see that he has an understanding of young people, their concerns, issues that they face, and the questions that they may be asking. So having that sense of relatability allows young people, allows students to feel comfortable in engaging and learning in Patrick's teaching environment.
When I get feedback from students about his teaching, they talk about the way in which he had conversations with them. And I'd agree. Even though he's been teaching on a paper that I run here at the uni for a number of years, every time I go and turn up again for the same series of lectures, there's always something new to learn. And the students, their interpretation of really abstract and difficult concepts changes because of the conversations they have with Patrick.
Veokani is a Fijian concept that refers to relationships, and relationship is very central to the way I operate, not only as a human but also as a teacher. And in the classroom, there's some practical ways that I try and do this. Firstly, I ask students to sort of greet each other with a smile or with a handshake, or say hello to their neighbor at the beginning of every class. And then, usually it becomes a natural sort of process for them. And I do this so that students can realize that they are not alone, but they are in an environment with a community of learners. So it also allows me to make room for student feedback and for student opinion. Students tell me that they often feel at ease in the class because we have this relationship.
So Patrick's brought a ripple of connection between staff and students, and in doing that he's brought about change. So one of the goals in our Pacific Strategic Framework for the university has been around developing professional development opportunities for staff, and Patrick's led that in consultation with the Director of Office of Pacific Development and the Higher Education Development Centre and Organisational Development. And in doing that, he's made something available to staff, and we end up with many more staff wanting to come than we have places available for.
Yeah, for many Pacific students, the university can be a strange place. But I ensure that Pacific learners should belong to the university. What I do is I try and normalize being Pacific at the university. I also try and be present in the experiences and the lives of the students. I attend their functions. I often support students whenever I can, even if they are not taking my classes. I go out of my way to academically support the students.